everybody, and welcome to Beardsley Farm. So today we are going to talk a little bit about composting and how to get your compost started at your home garden. So we have our compost here at Beardsley. It's a 3-bin system. And so what we do is we put green and brown materials into this first bin on the right here. There's materials that you add in that are rich in carbon and some that are rich in nitrogen. So brown materials are rich in carbon, and what we add in here for carbon is straw, and this is straw from our chicken coop, and so it also has the added benefit of having some chicken poop on it, which is full of nitrogen. And then we have green materials. So right now we have some tomato plants in here, we have some onions that have rotted, we put eggshells in our compost. And so essentially what happens is all of this breaks down over time because of the microorganisms and the bugs that are in there eating and digesting and heating everything up. You'll often find digging around there's ants in there, there's pill bugs, there's worms. Those are things that we can see, and then there's also very little tiny microscopic critters that are in there breaking everything down. And in this bin we keep it here for about 6 to 12 weeks, just depending on how busy we are really. And so stuff breaks down in here, and then 6 weeks after that we will flip it into the second bin over here, and then another 6 weeks we flip it into the third bin. And so we compost here at the farm in order to create really good soil for our plants. All of the materials that are breaking down create really nutrient-rich soil and really good aerated soil, so it's not thick with clay like it is in the ground. And then in terms of ratios, which is an important aspect of composting, we do about 3 parts carbon, so things like straw. Other brown materials can include some little twigs or some brown paper towels. We do that with our towels from our building. You could do leaves. So 3 parts brown materials and then 1 part green materials, so the nitrogen-rich stuff like vegetable scraps. So you can put any fruit or vegetable scrap into your compost. We primarily focus on fruits and vegetables and certain types of weeds for our compost bin, and eggshells. We stay away from putting any other animal products into our compost just because we don't want to attract critters, and because they don't tend to break down as easily as plant and vegetable scraps. As you can see, this side of the compost, there's a lot of fresh things that we've just put in, and so on this side over here you can see that it's a lot more broken down. There's still a lot of straw in it, but the soil is already really nice here. It's looking like soil, so it went from all these scraps to soil in this is probably about 12 weeks. And then we'll flip it into the third one. So once you have finished compost, you can add it to your bed like this. This is called top dressing. You can also mix it in fully with the soil that you have there already. So gardening at home is sometimes a little different than at the farm. And so if you can't set up an entire 3-bin system like we have here, you can also set up a smaller system. We generally recommend that the compost is in contact with the ground because the microbes and the bacteria and all of the little critters that are already in the soil will be easily able to get up into your compost system that way. There are systems though that are above ground, and you can just add some dirt from the earth or some worms if you want to into those bins. So there's ones that are raised up, and you just hand crank them to mix the compost, and those are great options for if you have a very small space or if you can't get your compost far away from your house. And you can also do less than a 3-bin system. You can do a 2-bin system. You can also just have a pile at your house and then just flip it back and forth regularly. And composting is really awesome because it's a great way to divert stuff that you would normally throw away into your trash can. So diverting it from the landfill and then creating less waste, and then of course you get an awesome product from it for your garden afterwards. So alright, thanks everyone for watching our compost video with Beardsley Farm. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section of Facebook or Instagram, and we'll be sure to get back to you.